Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are here and we are live. It is March 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day, and we are here to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. So I will sit here for a few moments and wait for some people to come in. Hopefully they show up, because unfortunately I had to switch the time. I was supposed to go live at 8. Now I've had to go live earlier. I hope that people can tune in. I'm looking forward to doing readings with you all tonight. So pop in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Let me know where you're coming in from. And we'll do some readings. Beverly, how are you, my dear? It's good to see you. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Let me know that you can hear me okay. Let me turn my volume up just a bit. I thought I would do some readings for St. Patrick's Day. Oh. You just happened upon me? Well, that's nice that you happened upon me. I'm glad that you did. I've been live a few times. I did a live last week. It was kind of an impromptu. My schedule's not really sort of set in stone in terms of the live, so I kind of do it when I can. And I try to put a community post out, so I'm glad you're here, my friend. So when I thought about doing this reading for St. Patrick's Day, I've never read on St. Patrick's Day before, I don't think. And I thought about when I was a young child. And when I was a young child, I was around 7 or 8 years old. And as a family, we decided to move to another province. And it was thousands and thousands of miles away from where we currently lived. And so as a family, we took a big risk, right? We sold our house, we bought another house, and it wasn't going to be ready for a few months. And we packed ourselves into our station wagon. And we drove to a store, and my dad went in and bought some 8-tracks. Yes, I'm aging myself. And one of those 8-tracks was Kermit the Frog. It was a Sesame Street 8-track, but on that 8-track was Kermit the Frog singing the song, "It's Not Easy Being Green." And so when I thought about doing this reading for St. Patrick's Day, I thought about that song. That song speaks to me, and I think it should sort of be amplified, especially in this moment. The song is called "It's Not Easy Being Green," and it's all about, sort of being exactly who you want to be when everything around you is telling you to, stay quiet, stay low, and try to like blend in more. And so I've come up with a quick little spread. So if you guys want a reading, let me know. And we will discuss, we will chit-chat as we go about the benefits of sort of standing up for yourself, empowering yourself, and celebrating whether you're shining, wanting to shine, or just sort of figuring out what light it is that you want to sort of project, right? I want to go through a couple of the lyrics with you guys. So the song starts off, "It's not that easy being green. having to spend each day the color of the leaves, when I think it could be nicer being red or yellow or gold or something much more colorful like that. So you can tell in the beginning of the song lyrics that, you know, he's really speaking to this feeling of like wishing and wanting, and you know, the underlying message there is like there's a lack, right? He's telling us in that song that he feels inadequate as he is. And I think that we've all experienced that kind of feeling at one point or another. And so remembering that song and thinking about that moment and my childhood and that long trip to that province that we moved to, which was thousands of miles away, where that tape was played on loop. I mean, honestly, I could recite the song. So then I think about my mom, right? And we're coming very close to the anniversary date of my mom's passing. And I think about that thing. My mom always told us to believe in ourselves. Believe is her favorite word. I've shared that with you guys 100 times. And also the thing that she loved to say to us, and that was, you know, you have sparkle and the world deserves to see it. And so all of that kind of comes into this reading. So Beverly wants reading. So let's pop up here and give you a reading. This is the Sacred Forest Oracle that I'm shuffling at the moment, and I'm going to pick from this deck for you, Beverly. Now, I want to tell you guys that I needed this reading tonight. I really did. I needed to be reminded of who I am and what I stand for, and so I'm really happy to be here. All right, so Beverly, your first card is the blending in card, right? This is sort of like, where are you hiding or diminishing your light to fit in? And what I mean by that is, you know, is there a particular thing that you want to do that you're hesitant about or uncertain about, or feel like other people wouldn't like it or understand it, or that kind of vibe, right? And we've got this transmutation. Now, transmutation, I like to say, is sort of like the shift before the transformation. So there's like thinking and there's planning and there's things that are happening, whether that be energetically or physically, right? With this transmutation, that means that there is some kind of thing that's happening within you that makes you want to sort of do more or say more or stand up for something or point your compass in a particular direction, right? And what I love about that is, like, that's a planning thing, that's a thinking thing, right? There's something happening behind the scenes, whether you're aware or you're not. Your next card is the being cool and friendly kind of vibe, right? So what natural strength should you celebrate today? So if you're feeling uncertain, if you're feeling hesitant about what is so spectacular about being Beverly, this is the card that's going to help you sort of zone in or hone in on that. And we've got transcending. Now, By the way, this transcending card is the same picture that is on the backs, if this picture is confusing it. But what I love about these two cards so far are the wings, right? It's the freedom of being yourself, the freedom of acceptance, the freedom of knowledge and understanding, and that like sort of intuitive gut instinct / wisdom that comes from knowing the light that you have within you, right? Transcending to me is like trending in today's modern language, right? You are on an upward trajectory. And what I love about that for this card is anything that you set your mind to is backed with the intention of shining that light, right? Being generous, being compassionate, being empathetic, being understanding, right? Being grateful, being empowered, being inspired. It's like you have that all over your sort of inner makeup, if we want to say that that way. Your last card is, why is it important to be green, right? Your greatest unique value. And we've got the air spirit and knowledge. Literally what I just said. You know down deep inside who you are, what you're meant to do, and how loud to sort of project your voice or shine your light. So don't doubt it. Don't guess about it. Don't hesitate about it. Do what you know how to do when you want to do it. Don't blend in. Stand out. Show the world your sparkle. That's what I got for you, Beverly. So I hope that that was helpful. I just want to, when I read, you guys know that I read well. Hi, Barbara. Welcome, my friend. I like to give you something that, you can take away or take away from the reading. And I want to throw some cards, some tarot cards down. This is the Lightseer Tarot deck. And sort of see if we can get like more specific for you. Because even I can see that that was a bit vague, and I don't like doing vague. Okay, so you've got the Hanged Man, right? The inner reflection, the taking a pause, the intentionality behind it. Seriously feels like there's been a lot of thinking that you've been doing, or like if a thought keeps coming into your mind and you keep going back to it, or maybe you've been journaling and you're seeing sort of like a pattern in terms of like this thing keeps sort of like bothering you or bugging you. And so you want to take some time and think about it, the intentionality. You've got the Ten of Wands, right? The Ten of Wands is like a burden or a weight that you feel. And I feel like this is because you're not being yourself. And listen, this applies to right now in everyday life. The world is loud and it's noisy and it's chaotic. And there is fear being sort of, spread like butter over a piece of bread. We're all sort of being painted with the same sort of brush. And I think that a lot of us feel like we have to get smaller or be, less vocal, right? Be careful what you say. Be careful who you say it to. Now, here's the beauty about this particular card in that context. You don't have to speak to a human. You can speak to your plants. You can speak to the universe. You can speak to spirit. You can speak to your team, your guides, your angels. You can speak to your pets. You know what I mean? Like, you don't actually have to say it to a person to get actual feedback and fear what that conversation may turn into. You can just say it. You know, you take yourself out on your balcony or your back porch and you just have a conversation with spirit. You write it in your journal. Because the point is that carrying that weight around is exactly the opposite of what being, it's not easy being green is all about, right? And the last card is the star card, right? Having hope, having faith, having that connection. So I say for you, Beverly, if you are feeling like you're held down or held back in any way, that you're not able to express yourself the way that you want, open up that connection with spirit and have that conversation with spirit. Let spirit guide you. And lastly, I'll say to you to pay attention to your dreams, because you may be getting some messages sent to you in your dreams that are sort of giving you a pathway. Pay attention to your intuition and your gut instinct. It's not going to serve you unwisely. I appreciate you, Beverly. Thank you, my friend. I'm so glad that you popped in tonight. It was wonderful to have you here. Now, Barbara. Barbara says that, hi, Kelly, it's my first time here. Blessings to everyone. It's very kind. We like it when new people join us. Barbara, would you like a reading? And I want to read a few more of these lyrics while Barbara answers us here. So the next little bit of the song, It's Not Easy Being Green, the song that I referred to in the beginning, sung famously by Kermit the Frog from Sesame Street. The second part of that song says, it's not easy being green. It seems you blend in with so many other ordinary things, and people tend to pass you over because you're not standing out like the flashy sparkles in the water or the stars in the sky. That's the second verse. All right, Barbara, this is for you, my dear. Here we go. Beautiful cards for you, Barbara. So your first card is the blending in, right? What are you hiding your light to not fit in? You know, what is the thing that you may be sort of holding back? Passage. It feels like past experience. I almost want to say, like it's on the tip of my tongue, deja vu-ish. Like I've been here before. I've been down this road before. Danger, Will Robinson, not really willing to take the risk. That's what this feels like to me. The next card, being cool and friendly like, right? So what natural strength could you celebrate today? You've got enlightenment. When you have that knowledge, when you have that understanding that, you know, the saying, you know, you take 3 steps forward and then someone would say, and then I take 2 steps backwards and I'm spinning my wheels. You know, from a enlightened understanding, from that inner knowledge that I just mentioned, that a step is a step. And every step represents growth. Every step represents a learned value or a learned lesson. Your understanding or your perception or perceived, I took 2 steps backwards, doesn't really factor in because that's not where you're at. In other words, you logically and cognitively understand that. And what's interesting is with these 2 cards, it's like there's a learned experience that tells you that this, or a past experience that tells you that this is not where you're supposed to be. But your logical side is telling you that you know better. Why I love this reading is like this fits everybody, right? Everyone's been here where like your head and your heart are kind of like opposing each other. Your last card, why it's important to be green, right? Your greatest unique value and to celebrate that is your courage. You're not a quitter. You don't give up. You don't sort of go away quietly and hide in the corner. You keep trying. You keep doing. You keep like going, sort of back out there, for lack of a better way to put it. Let's pull a few tarot cards for you. This feels like a fighting spirit, and not to be really cliche about it, but it feels very much like Nobody Puts Baby in the Corner from Dancing. Oh my God, what's the name of the song? It was right on the tip of my tongue. You guys know the one with Patrick Swayze. 4 of Cups. Being bored, being stuck, feeling like, ugh, like I want to shift this. This is this right here. And you've got that 9 of Cups, that wish fulfillment kind of energy, right? All of my manifested dreams coming true because of why? Look at the colors. Look at the colors. They're exactly the same. Do you see that? And then you've got the Tower. So I'm going to be very real when I say this, so I hope I don't offend anyone. When shit gets real, right? You've got the Tower card. A lot of people don't like when they see the Tower card because they think, uh-oh. An unexpected event that changes things, that forces you to change things, habits, the way you do things, the way you think about things, etc., and so forth, right? And sometimes those changes that you do because of this particular situation are the exact reason why you now see things in a different way. So it's like, I'm stuck over here because of this experience, but my inside, my head is telling me that I can do this better. And so I'm going to put my super cape on and I'm going to make these changes, and I'm not going to ever look at this the same way again. I am not going to continue to bang my head against the wall and hope for a different result. That's being very hyperbolic, but I thought I needed to say that to get my point across. So I hope that that was helpful for you, Barbara. You've always said that to yourself. You suffer from severe anxiety, fear, and PTSD. Life has been quite a challenge. There's been a lot of shit, more than I can express. First of all, Barbara, I'm very sorry that you have experienced anxiety, fear, and PTSD. I have diagnosed anxiety panic disorder. So I know from the perspective of my own lived experience that it is like no joke, right? And it can be debilitating dealing with any kind of level of stress. And I'm very sorry that that happened to you. I'm very sorry that these experiences have turned into the challenges. This card and this card are your ticket. Okay. Now I'm going to share this with you guys. And this is more than I plan on sharing tonight. And by the way, hi, Miss Candy. I did see you pop in. Bear with me for a moment, my love. It's very good to see you. And yes, you lots of time to have a reading. I have been working on this channel for 4 years. And just before I went live, I noticed that I lost, yet again, more subscribers. YouTube is changing, and I'm old, and I don't really like change. As a person who has diagnosed anxiety panic disorder, change is not my best friend. I like routine and things that I can count on. I don't really fly by the seat of my pants anymore. And I have tried so hard. I don't want to quit. I don't want to give up. Because this channel and what the gift of this spiritual journey and the support and the love that I receive from all of my amazing subscribers has given me so many gifts. It's hard to articulate. But I am so close to, I can't do this anymore because it constantly is asking me to ignore how I feel and just put my nose to the grindstone and do. Like, if you want it, make it happen. And I'm old and I'm tired and I've put in so much work and I'm all over here, right? Literally before I went live tonight, I said to myself, that's it. I'm done. I quit. I cannot keep doing this to myself anymore. And then I looked at my reading for tonight and what tonight's reading was all about. It's not easy being green. I am not your typical tarot reader. I don't fit in with the, is Bob going to call me? This isn't for everyone, and I get it. And instead of being stuck or feeling insignificant or feeling bored or why isn't this working or why do I feel like I'm banging my head against the wall, I was like, you know what? The people that want to be here, Spirit will bring them forward. I need to trust that Spirit's going to give me what I need to give you. And this, what is happening right here, is why I continue to do this. It's not about having 1 million subscribers. It's not about how many views my videos get. It's about someone came into this chat tonight, asked a question who I've never met before. I gave a reading to them and they said, no, it's not. I have never fit in. and you are a beautiful person. It's about someone saying in the chat to another person, hugs and good juju towards you. That is why I do this. That is why I show up. That's why I continue to try to do what it is that I'm doing. It's not about me, it's about us, right? And so I hope somewhere in that, Barbara and everyone, but specifically Barbara, that you understand this message in its entirety. These cards aren't telling you your future. These cards, use them as a tool, as guidance. When you feel like you can't, take a step back and remember it's not easy being green. It's so easy to give up because there's no work involved. It's hard to show up every day and be like, yep, no, I am not going away. And if you have experienced what you shared with us in the chat, you know that. Because you show up every day and fight so hard just to show up. And then you got to do more work just to get on with it. I wish you nothing but love and support and encouragement and motivation to keep doing and to keep going and to keep fighting. Because you deserve it. The struggle is real, my friend. The struggle is real. But here's the most important part. You know who you are at your core. And I want you to try this little exercise. I am sure that you have sort of done this in different ways, in maybe therapy or whatever. For everything that goes wrong, I want you to think about 2 things that are going right. And they don't have to be the big rights, right? It can be you walk in the door and and your dog greets you, tail wagging, your eyes light up, right? Or you scratch the cat behind the ear in that special spot, and their back arches and their tail goes up, and they lean in. Or that feeling that you have when you come home and you go to eat your favorite comfort food, watching your favorite program, and you just sort of feel that feeling. Those are all signs that you are doing the right thing at the right moment. Those are the things that you should remind yourself of daily. Yes, mirror work. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I do mirror work. Done lots of examples on the channel because mirror work is hard and it's kind of eerily emotional in a very unexpected way. And so I love that. So I hope that was helpful. And Barbara, thank you so much for sharing. Let me just go back up here and welcome again and say hello to some people that I haven't seen in a whole long time. Miss Candy says, hello, Kelly. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. You absolutely can get a reading, Miss Candy. I'm so glad you're here. It's good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. And then we have Shelby Lisa. Says, hi, Kelly and everyone. I haven't caught a live chat in a while. I'm subscribed, but you seem to disappear in my algorithm. It's not your fault. I'm learning. I search for you now. Hang in there. Thank you, Shelby Lisa. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. Glad you're here. And Ellen is here. Ellen has changed her name to Sanity Claus. I love it. I love it. She says, if I'm not too late, could you add me to the reading list, please? Of course. Absolutely. I love that you do that, Barbara, that you look in the mirror and say that to yourself every day. Ellen says that she decided to change my name to something less dull and boring. Well, I like it, so I hope that you're enjoying it. Listen, mirror work is no joke. Staring at yourself in the mirror. Remember, there's a famous quote, Barbara, that Meghan Markle said. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember all of the words. But Meghan Markle said, you know, that we should think about the way that we treat our best friends. You know, with kindness, with truth, with honesty, with gratitude, compassion, love, etc., so on. And then ask ourselves, why do we not treat ourselves to that same standard as we treat our best friends? There's something about that that has always stuck with me, because not only is that a true and accurate kind of, you know, overall blanket statement, but yeah, why? You know, why are we our own harshest critic? And that's exactly what the It's Not Easy Being Green song to me is about. So for those of you that are just popping in, It's Not Easy Being Green. That's what tonight is all about. Song famously sung by Kermit the Frog that I heard on a move to a different province over the course of thousands of miles, over the course of the whole entire summer. We heard it on loop. And it was drummed into my head that we can choose to blend in or stand out. One is not worse than the other, but it's the understanding of that concept. That each of us, no matter who we are, no matter what walk of life we're in, no matter what we do for a living, have that special, unique quality that makes us us. And if we want to put that out there, then do it. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not worthy or you don't deserve it or you can't do it. You're unique. You're phenomenal. Show the world your sparkle, because the world deserves to see your sparkle if that's what you want to do. No one should be able to take that away from you. All right. I will get off my soapbox. Let's do Miss Candy. Miss Candy, if you're still here, this is for you, love. Now, you see me shuffle those cards, right? Excuse me. So your first card, the blending in, right? Where you're hiding your light to fight in. Or to fight in, to fit in. Now, I can't explain how I get it or why I get the feelings that I get, but this is what I've got. So this is, in your case, Miss Candy, this is a journey. You know, this is a sort of a plan unfolding, for lack of a better way to explain it. It feels like trial and error, right? Like figuring it out as I go. Not necessarily good, not necessarily bad, just like I take a couple of steps, I sit with that, I kind of assess it, see how I feel, and then I decide what I'm going to do next. And right, and then I take a couple more steps and I stop and I sort of figure it out. That's what that feels like to me, right? Your next card is being cool and friendly like. So what natural strength could you celebrate today? Well, it's literally what I just said. So this card is the dragonfly spirit and change. I know you can't see that. It is there. It's just, it's written in white over top of white. It's very, very hard to read. And it's that ability to just like stop and assess, stop and think, take it all in, figure it out, right? It's the, I don't know why this is coming to me, and this will, I hope this makes sense, but I was watching, I recorded Rachel Maddow's news program from Monday night, and I was watching it late last night. And she talked about, you know, there's only two things and connecting the dots, and that this isn't what they call string theory. Meaning that you're trying to like untie, you know, the lights at Christmas time. Your ability to adapt and to focus and to pay attention and to sort of, I don't want to say reinvent yourself, but sort of like figure your way through, out, around all of those descriptive sort of words is sort of like your superpower, right? Your adaptability is the thing that you might sort of push off to the side and not think that it's a superpower when it is totally a superpower, right? There are so many people, myself included, that wish that I could be more think in the moment, quick on my feet, and I'm not at all. Because of my anxiety, things have to be planned and streamlined, and I've got to focus and pay attention to those details way more than I want to. You know, everything's got to be perfect or I freak out. And I don't even know that it is because I freak out. It's because I might freak out, that I want to have it like overdone and over planned, almost like playing to memory. I feel like in this reading, and I'm not saying that you don't do that. What I'm saying is that you have this ability to just be like, got it. And you don't second guess yourself. You don't like overanalyze it, right? You sort of like work it out, work through it, and then you go. And once you've made that decision, that's when the beauty kind of comes into play. In other words, no matter what obstacle, no matter what challenge, you assess, you reevaluate, and you go. You don't really spend a lot of time thinking about it, dwelling in it, sort of letting that kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't let that feeling sort of dampen whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, right? So the last card, why is it important to be green? Your greatest unique value, and you've got power. You've got power in spades. You are strong. You are courageous. I dare say that you you think quick. I was going to say think and quick at the same time, and it came out thick. My apologies. But you think quick on your feet. I feel like you're very sort of like logically minded and controlled kind of personality in terms of like you listen to your head. Your head guides you. Pull a couple of tarot cards for you here. Now, by the way, I should say, if you guys are writing in the comments, I'm not reading them right now. I'm looking at my reading. Look at the cards you got. Oh my goodness. You've got the Knight of Wands, right? The going to the beat of your own drum, flying by the seat of your pants, but in a like, I'm going to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and how I want to do it, and no one's really going to stop me if that's the way that I feel about something, right? Which is kind of a beautiful way of sort of trying to say all of the verbalness that I set up here. Then you've got the Three of Wands, right? there's dreams and the future. And I feel like there's like a lot of hope around you. Like you look forward to, in not a way like, oh my God, but in a way like, oh my God, can you imagine how awesome that would be? Do you see the difference? And then you've got the Sun card, right? Like the joy and the blessings and the gratefulness. And this power is speaking to that, right? Because if you look at this card, look at the power that she's receiving because she's open to it, right? And I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination that you're running, you're running through life, hopping and skipping and jumping. I don't mean that. What I mean is that you have experienced and you understand and you know that when you look at life through this lens, from this perception, that gives you that power. And you know that because you've learned from the journey and you continue to learn from the journey. This is outstanding reading. Wonderful energy. She says, oh, but an important soapbox to use every so often. Hugs. Yes. I try and work through things, but not to overthink through things. Yes, once I decide on a path, I take it and take a step back occasionally to reassess where I am and go from there. I mean, like truer words. I mean, beautiful. It's I did that tonight, right? Like I shared. I was ready to quit, an hour ago. And I was just like, no, you're not going to do that. Now, I want to continue to read some of the lyrics in this song because I think it's important, right? And then we're going to get to you, Ellen. I promise I haven't forgotten about you, love. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. Okay, so here's the third verse of the It's Not Easy Being Green song, okay? That's Rosie in the background barking. But green's the color of spring, and green can be cool and friendly like, and green can be big like an ocean, or important like a mountain, or tall like a tree. You know what that makes me think of? And again, I'm not trying to turn this into Kelly's mom's reading, but I've said this before on the channel, right? My mother loved the color of green. And when I was a little girl, she told us that she read in, I don't know, some magazine, or she heard it on some program or something, that green was the color that geniuses often picked for like their decor or like their clothing or whatever, right? And when she heard that, she was like, I love green because I'm a genius, right? Like she was trying to be cute. My whole life, I grew up hating the color green because it was everywhere, right? Green carpet, green couch, green walls, green this, green that, green cars, green house. It was like just like greened out. And lately I'm on a green kick. I am reintroducing green to my life. And I love it. I'm like into all the shades of green. You guys can even notice that in my thumbnails if you pay attention. I'm loving green. I'd like to think I've embraced my inner green. And what's really funny about that is my name is supposed to be an Irish name, or a descent of Irish name. You know, I have a color named after me, Kelly Green. So I think it's kind of fitting that I am embracing my green. I think we should all embrace our green. All right, now, where did Ellen go? There she is, Santa Claus, or Sanity. Claus. I'm going to call you Santa Claus. I just know it, Ellen, and I apologize in advance. I'm sorry. Ellen says, my family is Irish. My parents thought green was the default color for everything. Car, carpeting, etc. Oh, Ellen, I mean, honestly, it was like just so much green. It was so much green. So much green. All right, here we go. For Miss Ellen, Santa Claus. Beautiful cards for you, Helen. What? I can't speak tonight. That just goes to show you guys. I hope that you don't take any offense to it. That just goes to show you how like high my anxiety is right now. That I am coming down. You can hear my voice getting calmer, but that is why speech is difficult, slurring your words, all of those things when your anxiety is really high is just something that happens. So I hope I don't offend anyone. I apologize. Ellen, this is for you. So, blending in is your first card, right? What are you hiding sort of your light to fit in? And as I've tried to explain what this card means before, it's the thing that like you either don't want to see, you refuse to see, or you know it's there, but you're not really sure what to do with it, right? And you've got the magic. I think for you, I think that you are extremely intuitive and really like connected. And I don't know if you sometimes question it or if you're sometimes sort of wary of it or uncertain how to like grow it or to understand it better. It feels like you kind of don't have a full understanding of just how special that connection is yet. And I also want to say that when I look at these three cards together and this card of magic, you've got magic, healing, and growth. To the point that I just made about the spiritual sort of enlightened, awakened kind of vibration of this specific card in this specific sort of category, we'll call it. These three cards sort of underneath what I just said is like you don't see what the rest of the people around you see. The magic that is you. And I'm not saying that that is all the time. But there are times of doubt, but you're learning to expand and start to see when you allow yourself to see what we all see, if that makes sense. The second card, the being cool and friendly like. What natural strength should you celebrate today? And you've got the bear spirit and healing. And what I get from this card for you is it's not just the understanding of the process and how important it is to give yourself that space and to give yourself that time. It is the understanding, the experience, and sort of the aftermath of that. Like what forgiveness does for you, what gratitude does for you, what understanding does for you, right? There is the lift of the weight, the release of the emotion, the sort of like the letting go of harboring any kind of like resentment or regret or negativity, right? So the more you embrace this, the more you understand this, the more that this shines. And when this is something that you are able to do, heal from the lessons, heal from the negativity, heal from the doubt, heal from the circumstances, the pain, the hurt, all of the things, right? It doesn't have to be like a big wound. It just has to be something that just like really turns you off, for example. When you have the ability to heal yourself, that is a superpower, because it's protection and it's knowing exactly what you need to feel to fuel and to feed your soul, right? Now we go to why it's important to be green. Your sort of greatest unique value, and that is growth. You know that you can do it because you've done it. You've put in the work and you've seen the rewards of your effort. And that's that moment when we should all take a pause and celebrate. No matter how small the win may seem, we need to celebrate, because when we celebrate those achievements or those wins, what we do is tell our brain, our heart, our insides, the people around us, our families, whatever, that this is important. I did something great. And it's no different than it's not easy being green, right? Don't blend in. Stand out. That's what a celebration is. Think about it. If every time you walked into the room that someone applauded, it might be embarrassing, might be a bit overwhelming. But man, you would feel really good about yourself every time you walked into that room. Right? Imagine if every day that you got out of bed and you did whatever it is that you do in the course of a day, that every time you walked into a room, someone applauded. Imagine what that would do for your sort of boost of getting through a day or dealing with a challenge or difficulty. You have learned that the ups and the downs of life all equal this. And that despite whatever's happening, you know, you're sort of making it work. All right, let's just throw a couple of tarot cards here for Ellen. All right, so we've got the Page of Cups. Then we've got the Nine of Pentacles. And then we've got the Six of Cups. Page of Cups is that sort of, you know, dare to dream, pigs can fly. When I say head in the clouds, I don't mean that in a negative way, but it's just like, you don't like sort of stop yourself from dreaming and sort of living in that creative sort of space, for lack of a better way to put it. Got the Nine of Pentacles, fruits of your labor, right? It's like you I don't know how to explain this. It's not coming out right. I feel like I'm all over the place, but like this this moment here goes directly with this healing, right? It's like when that happens, you realize like you've done it. You've done okay. You can like let your guard down. You can just sort of like sit in that energy and just be, you know? And it's really beautiful energy. It's like, you know, when you used to sit down on a Sunday with the family, or like after um like on Sunday nights. I don't know if you all did this when you were kids, but like Sunday nights after the big family meal, and you all gathered in front of the TV to watch like Walt Disney World, or like it's just like that lovely sort of feeling, like when you put on warm pajamas and just feel all cozy and you feel good. It's that kind of vibe, right? And then you've got the Six of Cups. And this is right here, right where this growth is. I love it, by the way, when the tarot cards mimic what the oracle cards are saying. Six of Cups is about, my future self and looking back. Did I turn out the way that I thought I was going to? Did I head off in a different direction? Do I think about the things that I wanted to do, and have I accomplished those things? And look at how far I've come compared to what I thought I was going to do. It's all of those kinds of things. And when you sort of do that back and forth review, you can see your growth. It's like when my mom always said, if you want to remember who you are and what you've done in your life, read your resume, right? Because it tells you on your resume how great you are, how hard you work, how invested you are in making a good life for yourself and to make your dreams come true. And I feel like all of these cards are telling you that if you keep investing in this spiritual side, you keep healing in real time, that you are experiencing this expansion, this understanding, this growth. And that is only opening up this feeling of, oh, gosh, I did okay. That's what I got for you, Ellen. All right. Ellen says, Kelly, the reading resonates. I'm retiring and moving at the end of the month. I am starting a whole new life. I am free to do things that I could not do because I was busy and stressed from work. That is wonderful, Sanity. I love that. I love that. Proud of you, Ellen. That is such a brave decision. And I know it's taken you an awful long time to get to that decision. I'm so incredibly proud of you, and I only wish the very, very best for you. That is just wonderful. That is wonderful. I wish you nothing but the best, my friend. All right, now I want to read the very last verse of It's Not Easy Being Green. Because I think it's really appropriate in this moment. When green is all there is to be, it could make you wonderful why. But why wonder why? Wonder, I am green and it'll do fine. It's beautiful, and I think it's what I want to be. Now, I don't know about you guys, but there is a beautiful message behind that song. We can be whoever and whatever. But in this moment, right now, who we are is enough. I don't have to be any more than I am, because that expectation saying it like that leans all the way negative. I don't have to be anything more than I am, because who I am is good enough. That's the way I want to go about my day. That's how I want to wake up. That's how I want to go to bed, is thinking that I am good enough just as I am. Doesn't mean I don't want to be better. Doesn't mean I don't want to try new things. Doesn't mean I don't want to sort of think outside of that box. But there are so many things happening in this world in real time that are telling us that who we are right now in this moment is not good enough. There's always something else that we should be doing or striving for. And that is simply not helpful. And I don't personally think, in my own opinion, that it's healthy to constantly feel like you're chasing something. And again, I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired, man. I'm 60 years old and I am tired of chasing. I love when I get to sit here and do this. So I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to do this. I'm going to embrace my green. My mother's probably up there laughing because she probably never thought she'd ever hear me say I was going to embrace my inner green. But it's the truth, right? I mean, there's so much about life that we don't get choices about, or you know, like if we express an opinion about, it's like, oh, stop it. Don't say that out loud. Well, why not? I mean, gosh, you get to a certain age and it should afford you something, right? And I'm at that stage of life where I just don't care, you know, to like, I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to be irresponsible, but I mean, I just want to be Kelly. And there's some good and there's some not so great. But, you know, I don't want to blend in. You're tired of chasing. Barbara says it is exhausting, and it is. I think it's exhausting. So why don't we finish this off with a postcard from Spirit. Actually, I changed my mind because I just seen this out of the corner of my eye and it spoke to me. Let's do some spirit animal oracles because, you know, it is a Kermit the Frog song after all. I'll just throw a couple of cards, sort of like as an ending collective sort of way to embrace our inner green and to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, it's a day of celebration somewhere in the world. So, I mean, you're not going to take it away from me. I'm gonna use it to celebrate. Because why not? All right, Kermit, talk to us. We've got the koala spirit, and spirit has a plan. I mean, just look at this card. Spirit has a plan. I kind of think that's the whole point, right? We have been told our whole lives from the time we were little that we have to make these choices and we have to have all the answers and there's decisions. What are you going to do about this? And how do you feel about that? What do you think about that thing over there? Spirit has a plan. That's very cool, Barbara. We've got the hawk spirit, and let spirit be your guide. So spirit has a plan. Let spirit be your guide. You know, get a little help with the plan. Get a little help with the answers. Because you're not alone, right? You've got assistance. These cards are sticking together. Sorry, friends. I mean, you guys, you can't make this up. Look at how thick this deck is. Look at how many cards there are. Right? You see how many cards there are? I mean, there's tons of them. And check out the 3 cards that I've got. We've got the koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. We've got the hawk spirit. Let spirit be your guide. And now we've got the eagle spirit. And spirit has your back. Spirit has a plan. Let spirit be your guide. Spirit has your back. I mean, you can't make that up. Spirit is telling us in this message that no matter what we choose to do, whether we want to blend in or whether we want to stand out, that spirit is there to help us, to guide us, to encourage us, to inspire us, to motivate us, to embrace us. What a beautiful way to end this reading, knowing that spirit is with us. I love that. Love it. And by the way, for those of you that don't know, that was the Spirit Animal Oracle, and not all the cards say something about spirit, right? So, like, for example, Dove Spirit, be peace, right? There's no mention of spirit. Are you going to come visit? Come. Watch this, you guys. I'm going to see if Charlotte will come on the... Come, baby. Come on. Oh, hi. What are you doing? Hi, baby girl. Charlotte doesn't often come for a visit, but here she is, shedding all over. Oh, hi, sweetheart. What are you doing? Meow. Yeah? Are you going to embrace your inner green? Yeah, you are. Do you like Kermit the Frog? Yeah, you like Kermit the Frog? Because it's not easy being green, right? Someone with your markings definitely could blend in if they wanted to. But with a meow like yours, you don't really blend in, do you? You kind of do stand out, don't you? Can you say hello? Come on, say hi. Say hi. Oh, yes. Get behind the ears, Mommy. Get behind the ears. Yes, you're a good girl. I know that you guys can't see this, but like her butt is like 7 inches off the table. That's how much she's loving this. Yes, you're a good girl. You're such a good girl. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Are you gonna lay down? Are you gonna lay down? Show everyone your tail and how cute it is. Let me see. Can I see it? Say hi, everybody. Look at my tail. Yes. Okay, don't show your bum to people. That's rude. That's rude. She likes to jump on the desk if I move the mouse around, or like, I don't know about you guys, but like if I play a card game or something on the computer, she like starts to like claw away at this at the screen. This is her favorite thing to play with. I'm trying to get her to look at you. Look up. Yeah. Don't holler at me. What did I do? What did I do? Aw, yeah. You like that? Can you say hi to everybody? Say happy St. Patrick's Day. Oh, do you want to choose a card? Would you like to do a reading? Here. Here. Choose a card. Which one do you want? Choose a card. No, she's like, I'm not doing any readings. You don't want to do a reading for everybody? Come on. It's not very nice. No, it's not very nice at all. You want to choose a card? Yeah, you can't. Charlotte or her brother Quincy, believe it or not, they are brother and sister, litter mates. You can't pick them up or hold them. They don't want no part of that. They are not into it. They're not into it. They like to cuddle when there is a blanket involved. So they love to like jump on your lap and you put the blanket over top of them and they just kind of like hang out. She'll hang out for maybe like 10 minutes, max 15, 20. Whereas Quincy will stay on your lap or, you know, tucked in where you're sleeping for like hours. She is a tiny little thing. She probably weighs like 6 pounds total. Yeah. And you're starting to be an old fart now, just like Mommy. Yeah. Are you an old girl? Hey, are you an old girl? She is. Her and Quincy are almost 5 years old. Yeah. Yeah. What? Blink. All right, so now that we've all had our therapy session watching Charlotte, you know, this is one of those simple joys that I was talking about earlier, right? Like this is how easy it can be if we're open to it and if we allow it to be. This is how easy it can be, and I don't mean to minimize anyone's situation. But for a split second, for a small portion of time, you can literally have a cat jump on your desk and you purposefully and intentionally tune into their purr and really allow yourself to feel the vibration of that purr through their skin, right? While you pet them, right? Watch their reaction, watch their sort of body meld into what you're doing, feel the energy exchange, and within a few moments, you know, I am smiling because I know that she is so enjoying what we're doing here together, and I am feeding off of that energy. And this literally, this few minutes can literally change my day. And that's what I mean when I said earlier about, you know, life's unexpected joys, or, you know, that feeling when I was doing Ellen's reading of just being. Like, I'm just in this moment with my kitty cat. We're not really doing anything. And you guys are all watching it, and it's beautiful. And don't show your butt to everybody. It's beautiful, and it's wonderful, and it's very therapeutic, and it just makes me feel good, you know? You are shedding all over the place. Look at the hair. I mean, holy moly. We could build a new cat. Yeah. We could build a whole new kitty cat. And she has that kind of hair, you guys, that like sticks to everything. It like clings. Right? You want to follow the pen? Yeah. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Do you want it? Do you want it? Yeah. Do. Show everyone your face so they can see how you got a line that goes right down the middle of your face. Yeah, show everybody. Come on. No. Look at the hair on the pen. Honestly, you're shedding like crazy. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go. You guys don't have to watch the cat any longer. I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your kind words to me and to everyone else. Thank you so much for your support. Please make sure you're subscribed and you hit that thumbs up, leave a comment under the video, all of that kind of YouTube-y thing that is so important. There is a video that's coming out tomorrow, pre-recorded video. It's out first thing in the morning. And Wednesdays are kind of like my my wellness day, if you will, where I do readings and spreads more often than not that are focused on some type of like wellness or under the wellness umbrella. And then there's a new moon reading coming out on Thursday. And then there is a spring equinox reading coming out on Friday. So I hope that everyone can tune in and watch those. I appreciate all of you. I hope you have a wonderful evening and continue to have a great week. I appreciate all of you. I send you lots of love and hugs and blessings until we see each other again. Mwah! Bye for now, everybody.